Today, Kevin and I are going to be trying World of Chantilly. These are the chocolate bonbons. This is the railroad cake, the 7-layer bar, and the coconut macaroons. These are all gluten-free and they are kosher for Passover. Wonder, let's see if I open it from this side. Yeah, there we go. It says open here. Ah, and it opens really nice. So these, they're kind of funny shaped little things, aren't they? So these are the bonbons, chocolate bonbons. The 7-layer bar, let's see. Now this one you have to cut the front. We'll talk about these, give the prices, talk about more what they are and stuff like that when we get over to the table. But right now I just wanted to give you a close-up view of these. Because at the table it's further away. You can see the layers there. That's your 7-layer bar. This is called the railroad cake, which is very pretty, and I'm interested to hear more about this when we get over to the table.
I'm guessing that's raspberry and
apricot.
Apricot is what I get.
Okay, should I?
I'd get both. Yeah.
Like this way over here?
No.
Okay.
Well, to review, we need both.
I know we need like all the flavors, and yeah, that's a big hunk of cake.
It is.
That's okay. And then these are the coconut macaroons, and they're going to open over here. And it does open really easily. And then you can snap it back. And then these are the coconut macaroons. So let me give you prices before we try these. The macaroons were $10.99. The bonbons were $11.99. And the 7-layer bar and the railroad cake were $12.99 each. And these were all on a display in Whole Foods.
Mm-hmm.
So in
their bakery area.
In the bakery, yes. Whole Foods bakery area, that's where they were. So, what do you want to try first?
Try whatever.
Do you want to try the 7-layer bar first?
Sure.
Okay, 7-layer bar. It says kosher for Passover, gluten-free, made in Brooklyn. This is a 16-ounce, 454-gram cake. And it's very simple ingredients: egg, sugar, shortening, cottonseed oil, potato starch, glycerin, cocoa, cellulose gum, cellulose, tapioca starch, salt, baking powder, baking soda, and natural flavors. That's it. So it says that there are 8 servings in the container. 2 ounces, 57 grams is 250 calories. All right.
Of course, you're getting a lot more bigger slice than what Danny made. Not bad. A little plain.
It's very dry. The cake itself is very dry.
Mm-hmm.
The texture is, it's not bad. I don't mind the flavor at all. Especially when you can get some of that top part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a super sweet cake. It's a very basic, plain cake.
Mm-hmm.
And the texture of it is as if it has been sitting out uncovered for several days.
Yeah, it feels dry.
It's got a crust on it.
Well, yeah, I agree. It's like a little stale.
Yeah.
The topping though, it's got an oiling. Like my lips have like a.
For this part.
Yeah, like I've had butter or something.
The chocolate part, yeah.
Now, if you ever get butter on, like you're eating corn, you get butter on your lips and you get that greasy feel. That's what my lips feel like.
Yeah, it's very oily. Yeah, very, yeah.
Yeah, greasy, like you
greasy.
Chapstick.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm assuming they use vegetable shortening or whatever oil they've used to make that. You can feel it.
It's not bad.
It's just
but
very plain, I think.
I wouldn't buy it to serve it to guests because it seems like it's stale.
Yeah.
And they're going to think, oh, how old is this 7-layer cake? Because it's like it's stale. I mean, literally, there's like a little crust on the outside.
Unless that's just the product of being gluten-free.
Exactly. If you're gluten-free, you can let us know.
Yeah, you would know.
Does that do most cakes come across with that little crust on it like they're stale?
Because we don't eat a lot of gluten-free cakes. We've eaten lots of cookies and things like that, but not a lot of like cakes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and do the railroad cake next. This is, it's 14 ounces, 397 grams, kosher, gluten-free. This has...
They don't really have a good description of it. Like it's this, this, and this.
I wish they did.
Yeah.
So I'm having to look through the ingredients to tell you, to tell us what the heck's in this cake. It doesn't say railroad cake. A wonderful, moist, delicious... Blah,
right,
blah, blah,
with whatever and whatever.
Okay, it says almonds.
You know.
Apricot preserve.
Which I'm pretty sure is the orange.
Apricot juice. Apricot puree. Lemon juice. Raspberry preserve.
So that is the pink part.
Raspberry juice. Apricot puree. Okay, so that's...
It's mostly apricot, looks like.
Apricot and raspberry. Okay, it says...
Like the layers have apricot, but just the little lines are raspberry.
7 servings are in the container. So I cut it way, way, way too big.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure we get raspberry because I don't know that you're
That's what I'm saying. The raspberry is only in those stripes on the top.
Yeah, so you're not getting, it doesn't seem like you're getting raspberry anywhere else but that top little stripe.
That's it.
Okay, 7 servings, 2 ounces, 57 grams is 190 calories.
I'm going to try just the apricot side first.
Yeah, see if you taste some raspberry in that. Maybe I didn't need to get such a huge...
It's a big bite. You get the apricot for sure. Is that top layer have a little crunch to it to you? Like a little sugary?
It's crunchy.
Yeah. It's actually really nice. The cake, again, is a little bit dry, but it's offset by that, like, jam. Because the jam is kind of, it's not wet, but it's got some moisture to it. Yeah, it's like
it's almost like a wafer. It's almost like a wafer on top.
Or sugar. They may have put sugar or something on top of it.
Love that texture. I love the apricot.
Yeah, it's really nice. Sweet.
It's sharp, but sweet.
I knew that was going to fall.
Okay, but you only get apricot in the cake. You didn't get any raspberry.
No, the raspberry's just in that little stripe. You probably won't want to have done that.
Was it bad?
It's not bad. It's just very sharp. It's not sweet. No, I mean, it is sweet, but it's got a sharpness to it, too. So the apricot just helped to add a little sweetness to it, I think. I like this. I like this better than that. What was it, 7-layer?
Oh, yeah, this is much better.
Yeah, the cake, though, like if you get a piece of just the cake, it is a little dry. And it's like it's almost like an angel's food cake. It's kind of got that spongy kind of texture, but a little dry.
I don't think it's as dry as the 7-layer cake.
No, it's not as dry, but it's probably the same cake now that I'm looking at it side by side.
Well, that apricot helps a lot.
It does add a lot of moisture to it. I like that apricot though. It's really nice. It's like an apricot jam.
You can see, we could sit here and eat.
Yeah.
We could eat that whole cake.
Yeah, it's very good. I could live, honestly, without the raspberry. It's good, but as long as I'm eating it with the rest of the cake, it's good. I would not want it by itself though.
You wouldn't want the cake by itself?
No, the raspberry.
Oh,
I'm glad they didn't put layers of raspberry in there. I like the apricot better.
Because it's sharp.
Yeah, it's got a little sharpness to it.
I agree. It said it had almonds. I don't necessarily taste, it doesn't taste like almond. It said almonds. It didn't say almond extract. I was going to say, it does not taste like almonds.
It doesn't have that almond flavor.
But I do like it a lot, and I would totally buy that one again and serve it to people.
I would too.
Because it doesn't come across as old. Like the first one, the texture of it just seemed like it just had set out for a while. This is different to me.
Yeah.
This is, and my favorite part is that top, whatever
that crunchy bit in the middle.
Yes, I love that. I think that the part in the middle of the apricot and the raspberry, I love that crispy, crunchy part. But I like the whole thing. The whole thing is good to me. Okay. Now,
and we did make sure these are all within dates too.
Oh yeah, we always look at the date, and we always
I actually think these have got a really long shelf life. So.
We always look at the longest date too. So like if Whole Foods had put something up front that was shorter, we would dig back at it. Yes. Okay. Other people do that too.
Yeah.
Chocolate bonbons. This is a 12-ounce, 340-gram package. It says there are 12 servings in the container. 1 ounce, 28 grams is 140 calories.
They look like little flying saucers. It looks like a disc with a blob on top of something. Looks like a frosting or truffle or something. I like that whipped chocolate on top. The cookie itself is very, very plain. Like, it's just a holder for the chocolate. Yeah, what do you think about just the cookie? It didn't seem to have much flavor.
It doesn't taste bad, but it still has chocolate on it.
Yeah, I got a little chocolate on that too. Yeah, I think that base is really just a holder for the chocolate. I like the chocolate though, it's a very nice texture.
It's very aerated, very whipped, very light. And it's very light and fluffy, and you don't feel like you've eaten much.
Kind of like the whipped frosting you buy in the tubs at the store that's really, really whipped up.
Yes,
and airy.
that's what that's like. It's like
that.
It's not incredibly sweet.
Yeah,
but
it's not really sweet.
But it does have a sweetness to it. It's sweet enough.
It's sweet enough, yeah.
It's sweet enough to make you feel like
you've had a dessert of some kind.
Yes, exactly.
And the chocolate's nice too. It's not really dark or bitter or anything.
The kosher things that we've had, and I don't know anything about the religion. I'm not going to pretend that I know what is allowed and what is not allowed. But I can only speak for what we have had. And it seems like the kosher things that we have had are not really, really sweet things. None of them have been in reviews previously. So
they've been good, just not sweet.
Good, but not really, really sweet. Yeah. So I'm wondering if that is the goal, is kind of to make you feel like you've had something, but not give you like
overabundance.
Exactly. I don't know. But
or it could just be the companies making it.
They just don't give you a lot of sweet stuff. Yeah.
We don't know.
I don't know. I'm just telling you that's our experience with kosher, with the kosher desserts, is that they're just not overly sweet. So these are
usually pretty sweet.
Yes, the coconut macaroons. Yes. 12 ounces, 340 grams. There are 12 servings. 1 ounce, 28 grams is 100 calories. We've had these from a bunch of different companies.
These are like built to be sweet though, because of the coconut. Like they probably add some sugar to this, but coconut almost always seems sweet anyway. Those are good.
I love the chew of them. These seem chewier than like that Manischewitz brand that we've tried. These seem chewier, which isn't a bad thing, because they're so delicious. I like them all.
The texture of these remind me of those, what are they, the pink, white, and brown bars, the coconut bars. They're kind of dense and chewy. These are not quite that dense, but they're like, they have a similar flavor.
And it's so sweet.
Yeah,
so
it's very sweet.
Yeah. So like, if you were looking for the sweetest dessert on the Passover table, if that's a thing, I think these would be the sweetest thing.
So it says total sugars. Does that say additional sugars? I don't know what it says underneath. I'm curious.
It does. Includes 10 grams of added sugar.
So they have added sugar to it beyond the natural coconut sugar. That's what I was wondering. Yeah. Well, you can tell because it's sweet. It's the sweetest thing here.
Well,
I mean, not even close to being.
That's what I'm saying.
Anything else?
If there's a Passover table, if that's such a thing, like a dessert table, that's going to be the sweetest thing on it.
Yeah, that's what you grab.
I think the plainest thing is going to be the 7-layer bar, and probably the least sweet thing is the 7-layer bar.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, because even these little bonbons had some sweetness to them.
Yeah, this is close, but that's the plainest.
Yeah.
And then I really like this railroad cake.
I do too.
And
it's all because of that apricot. If they didn't nail the apricot, it wouldn't have been as good.
And then this little like wafer part on top, like I could eat all 4 of those right now off that top of that cake.
Between the rails.
Yes, I love that. I think that's delicious.
Yeah.
So you'll have to let us know. You know, you don't have to be Jewish to enjoy these kinds of desserts.
It's still food.
It's food, and anybody can enjoy it. And so I would say if you have never tried this kind of food, then branch out and buy something. If you like coconut, then you definitely should get these macaroons, and they're out all the time. You know, you can get them. You might not be able to get them in the bakery section like this, but they do have, like, down the aisles in the grocery store, they have them bagged and stuff like that where you can get them, and they're wonderful, and they have different flavors and everything. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.